Hey there. We just started our recruiting side of our business a couple months ago, a few months ago. And when I had to recruit when I was just hiring subcontractors, it was different. But I've had a lot more experience now, and I'm trying to hire for third parties, which um, they have different requirements based off what their law firm needs are. And I've come across a few things as red flags that are pretty consistent across the board. And that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. So, number one, most important, I think is the most obvious, is that when someone obviously blatantly disregards or lies on their application, like the screener questions, a lot of times they're like, well, I'll just apply anyways, even though the job says very, very clearly what the requirements are, right? So that's a huge red flag. It's an automatically will disqualify you. I have people who will lie on the screener questions and then you write them and say, am I missing something? Your resume doesn't match up with what you've answered in these screeners, and they say, "Oh no, but I have some experience." And I'm all for being optimistic, but you know, requirements are requirements, not nice to haves, right? So that's number one. Number two, and so this one you have to be careful with because it's not inherently bad, but having to reschedule multiple times is definitely a red flag. Things come up. So if someone has to reschedule an interview or time to meet once, I mean, we're all human, things happen. So I give it a pass, but multiple times is usually bad sign or not showing up. Just lump that all in together. Not showing up just once for me is we'll just can that. Thirdly, I would say short, undetailed responses to questions in an interview. Most of the time that means they're just kind of faking their way through. Someone that has a vast amount of experience in the area that you're specifically hiring for should be able to answer your question in detail with examples, um, so that you know that that person actually does what it is that you're looking for. So it's not about if they can fill up the time speaking and if they're verbose in their responses. It's not about that. It's about the level of detail. And we kind of talked about this before when I've talked about how to frame your question so that it's a more of an open end and you're getting what it is that you're looking for and knowing what you're looking for ahead of time, right? And um let me see. Let me think about if there's been a couple of other examples of things that I've seen. I know those are like the top three that have come to mind. Um, I would say delayed communication would be number four. And what I mean by that is not that they don't respond, but you know, you have to kind of run them down to set up an interview or to get to hear back from them. Or if you send them something and you need them to do something, like we have a process where we send screen kind of a screener pre-interview questions, and it's kind of like a test. And if you don't pass the test, then we don't need to waste our time sitting down together for a pre-screen interview. And so, if I have to run you down for that, you might be just too flaky. And I don't trust that I can submit you to my client and that you'll actually show up for the interview. So that's problematic. Um, and I'll lump that. I'm not going to lump it. I'm going to say it's number five. Number five would be showing up for a video interview and not turning on your camera. In the world that we work in, the remote world, remote working environment, it's very common. I work from home and I get it. You're home, but every day I get up, I get dressed, and I present myself how I feel comfortable in a professional manner. Um, and you know, it's just part of life. If I have a team meeting for one of the many firms that I support, or if I have a meeting at all with them, I'm up, dressed, ready, and in front of my computer, completely well composed. So it's not like because I'm working at home, I'm showing up half prepared for the day or half ready for action. I'm ready for pretty much anything that needs to happen. Um, and I think that probably will just about cover the bulk of what I came here to talk to you about today. But, you know, uh, I had a paralegal. I've talked about this before on my other videos, but I had a partner, not a paralegal, tell me that 1 in 3 new hires will actually be a good fit for a firm. And I've kind of found that to be pretty accurate as far as trying to match people for subcontractors. And as far as matching people for actual roles, I'm still pending that data. But, the goal is to definitely shorten the gap. We don't need everybody to be perfect, but we want to have the best candidates that we can in front of us. And so I'm offering today a resume screening checklist. It's a resource I previously developed to help you to screen for a resume to match it to what it is that you're looking for. If you'd like to see that, drop the word resume below and I'll send it to you. Okay.